Hey folks, it's Ardwulf. Welcome. We have an unboxing today. It's a little bit of a vintage unboxing. I've had these sitting around for a while, and I've finally decided that it is time to bust them open and maybe look at getting them ready for play. We're talking about Matanikau. Battles on the Matanikau River, Guadalcanal, 1942. I am almost certainly mispronouncing that grievously. So if there's any Guadalcanalians watching, please correct me on the video. This is a game from 1993. Game designer Sam Simons from series designer Dean Essig, number 4 in the Tactical Combat series. So let's bust her open and see what we get. Now, something I didn't notice when I picked this up is that this is not the kind of traditional gamer's box that we saw for a long time, where it's that sort of folding box with the lip right here and on the bottom. This is like a standard regular box, not particularly flimsy or anything. It's actually quite a nice box. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have a great deal of trouble getting this back into said box. So let's see what we have here. We got a couple of dice. We got Tactical Combat Series Rules version 3.0. Now I will mention that the latest TCS Series Rules is version 4.1. This is available for download at gamersarchive.net. The new one is. This one might be too, for all I know. But we have here is a 28-page. Looks like it's basically all rules. Essentially, yeah. Black and white, kind of average stock rule book here for the TCS series. We have the Matanikau TCS game-specific rules. This is a 12-page book. This almost certainly includes the scenarios as well. And the amount of actual game-specific rules here looks like it amounts to about 4 pages, not really even 4 pages. The rest of it is all in scenarios. We do have... How many maps are in this thing? We'll find out in a second. I want to take another look at the scenarios. We have TCS Combat Charts and Tables, version 3. There is, of course, an order system in the Tactical Combat series, which is different from the one in the Brigade Combat series, the Civil War stuff. So we have these displays, company morale boxes. This is a platoon level game. The whole series is platoon levels. And it looks like we have, one map, actually. That's pretty great, actually, if that's the case. Yeah, this is one map. So let's see if we can actually bust this out and see how much of it we can give you a picture of. Some of these early gamers maps are not what I would consider particularly attractive. This one's not bad at all. We have Matanikau up here. Not sure what you can see in the frame. This is, of course, on Guadalcanal. Decent little area. As far as counter sheets go, of course, we're going to have Americans and Japanese here. We got 3 counter sheets, one of which is a standard TCS marker sheet. The great majority of which are these fired markers, EFS. I don't know what that means. These other markers, which are suppressed markers, mines, and what I take to be step losses. We got a half a sheet here, which looks like it's mostly Japanese units and some bonsai markers, and whatever this dung pile looking thing is. These are real old school counters, man. These are sort of the old type of brown core stock where they're still quite flexible. They're not super thick. Completely serviceable counters. Nothing wrong with them. And on sheet 1 here, we've got what I take to be the U.S. Marines. I don't know enough about this engagement, actually. I assume it's Marines. The Army did fight on Guadalcanal as well, and the start of the Japanese. So this looks like a actually quite manageable one-map entry in the TCS series. And that's why I wanted to unbox this one in particular, because it looks like it might be a nice little vehicle to learn TCS on. And it's not one of the super-duper old ones either. So looking at the scenarios then, bearing in mind that they're all one-map scenarios, first we have Kelly's Heroes, which is cute. Looks like it's, I want to say these are hour turns. I might be wrong about that. They might be 15-minute turns, but it's 1300 to 1800 on 27 September 1942. This is part of the map. This is the whole map. October Offensive. This is the whole map. So we've got, here's your order sheets, these op sheets where you write your orders and actually like draw where their units are going on the map. It's actually, I think, quite neat. It's one of the key features of TCS. I'm not sure if you could just ditch that and play without it. I do know that there are some games in the series where you don't use those order rules. The example I can think of is the Omaha Beach game, which at least for the first section of the beach landings, you don't use the order system. So we've got some in the middle here, which you can of course photocopy, which I would highly recommend. Back to scenarios. So we have, as is typical for a gamer's game, we have 6 scenarios here. It's quite a few scenarios. And we've got a whole bunch of bibliography and historical notes, which is pretty great, actually. I'd be curious to see this bibliography because I have actually read a couple of books on Guadalcanal. None of which appear to be mentioned here. I've read the ones that were the inspiration for the HBO series, The Pacific. So, Matanikau, Tactical Combat Series, actually looks pretty neat. Hopefully, we have a new TCS game that's going to get printed sometime this year, Ariete, which is Italians in North Africa. I'd be very curious to see that as well. So, you know, in the interests of getting some TCS to the table, this looks like it might be a good candidate to do that. I want to thank you for watching. Please like the video if you have enjoyed watching it. Please subscribe to the channel. Leave me any questions or comments in the notes below. Also, please do check out the Patreon, which is linked in the video description. Take a look at the support tiers and become a patron if it's feasible for you and if you feel like it's worth supporting the channel. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time.